Hello, everyone. Welcome or welcome back. My name is Amber, and this is my sacred ministry. I plan on posting this video on all of my platforms: YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. And I hope that everyone sees it, because this message is important. Now, today is February 13th. It is a Friday. It is Venus Day, and it is the day associated with divine feminine, the lover, the nurturer. And it just so happens to be the day. Holy crap. Okay. I also have the current astrology up. And I didn't look at it before I hit record. The moon is at 13 degrees as well of Capricorn. Directly opposing Jupiter at 16 degrees. Meanwhile, Saturn is at 29 degrees, 59 minutes of Pisces. Last degree of the zodiac, down to the minute. With the moon at 13 degrees, death and rebirth. This is the end. Jupiter at 16 degrees of Cancer. This is the breakdown to break through. And the sun, 25 degrees of Aquarius. Seven. All right. If you see me like doing this, it's because my eye, both of them actually, are incredibly painful. I did not sleep last night. And I've been looking at my computer all day. And I'm struggling a little bit. Anyhow, today is a 7-day. 7 meaning the Chariot. And reflection. Reflection is backward. Chariot is forward. 444. You are protected by angels. Thank you. I have felt yesterday and through the night like I was fighting for my life. Silently, because it's more comfortable for other people for me to be silent. Just quietly, just quietly. Go away. I also understand that there are people who want that for me. They legitimately want to see me suffer because I have somehow risen. And that bothers them. I'm reminded of Jesus and the religions that, or the religious dogma that came to pass after his death. The people that murdered him used his name afterward as if they were not the ones that caused his harm. The disrespect is beyond. I refuse to carry the dysfunction into this next cycle. I refuse. I'm not going to do it. I will not choose for myself anything that harms me or harms another person. I refuse. I refuse to choose a viewpoint that somehow justifies the position of lack and suffering and struggle for myself or for another person. I refuse to do it. I'm not going to do it. I refuse to give up my well-being so that I can look impressive, so that I can join the herd in doing the thing that pays the bills and destroys the life. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to choose it for myself. I'm not going to choose it for my child. And I'm not going to choose it for anybody else. When you commit yourself to the path of light, 10 minutes. to the path of love, to the partnership with God, you also choose that for everyone else. You choose to support without exception the health and well-being of everyone else. You do not desire to see someone suffer because they're shining a little bit too bright. They've somehow escaped the quicksand and they're a little too happy about it. We got to take them down a notch, bring them back here where everyone else is struggling. Who do they think they are? I'm going to tell you who I think I am. I'm someone who came here to choose a better life, to choose to heal for myself, for my child, and for everyone else. I pray that everyone steps out of self-sacrifice and long suffering because they're choosing their sovereignty, their own well-being, the well-being of their children, and the blessing that is life. Life is to be lived. It is not to be suffered through. No. Some people may choose to believe that the world is a terrible place. It's hard and harmful. And that's fine. But I'm praying for you too. I'm doing this for you too. So that one day you can see color instead of just grayness. One day you can choose to honor yourself and your legacy because of the love that you gave. Not the titles. You don't take the titles with you. You only take the love. Heaven brings to life. I don't know what that means. I wrote that this morning. And I can't place myself. Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and He will establish your plans. Proverbs 16:3. When you commit yourself to a higher path, that higher path commits to you. And everyone around you doesn't have to like it. But you're doing it for them too. Because unlike them, you don't find pleasure in someone else's suffering. You only find pain there. So this message today is for those that have been faithful, that have been fighting for a better world, a better life, higher position of consciousness and harmony and generosity and kindness. Championing, championing. Okay. Champion. The word I'm trying to say does not sound like a word. Uplifting one another. We'll do that. For the purpose of seeing them win and finding happiness in that, fulfillment. When you walk with God, you know peace in your heart. Peace for yourself and the world around you. Because what you're doing is actually meaningful to the greatest good. And so I asked God to remove anything that isn't pure in me or around me. That's interesting. I wrote that twice. Remove anything that isn't pure in me or around me. Regardless of my relationship to it. Regardless of whether or not I wanted it at one point. Regardless of whether or not it's impressive by someone else's standards. I refuse poverty thinking. I set my compass on peace. I ask God to illuminate the next step, the next plan, the next path. I will not go unless He goes with me. I will not walk through a door unless it is opened by Him, no matter the cost. I refuse to have money at the expense of my health. I will no longer harm myself, nor will I seek counsel from those that want that for me. Not in this new cycle. I will no longer move from fear and agree to things that ultimately destroy me. That's not life. That's not living. That is death. And that's not the only option. And one of the reasons why I'm choosing life is to show you that. Rejection is God's protection. There once was a girl who thought that she could make anything happen if she tried hard enough. And she was very impressive. And she accomplished a lot. And she almost killed herself. Very nearly. And in that moment, all of the accomplishments were gone. All that was left was the pain. And the things that were actually important were suffering. That girl is me. And I chose to start the process of healing. This was many years ago. People seem to, in theory, agree. But in secret, resent. It is very sad. And I pray for them as well. Why would you choose someone else to suffer so that you don't feel bad, when instead you could simply choose to heal yourself and join in with the happiness? Every no is a divine setup for God's yes. If I fall, I will fall forward into grace. And I will bring others with me into blessing. May the favor of the Lord our God rest upon us. Establish the work of our hands. for us. The small will become fruitful. The ordinary will become sacred. The unseen efforts will produce unseen harvest. I choose to expect divine results by God's hand. I choose to be faithful to who I know myself to be and what I know myself to become. I came here to be a teacher, not in the typical sense. I am a healer. And it was in my own breakdown that I broke through. And at first, I didn't want to go alone because I was afraid. And now I'm more afraid not of staying the same, of repeating the past. Even if I have thousands alongside me, dying together doesn't make it okay, doesn't make it right. It only makes it sad. I'm not going to choose that. That will not be my legacy. The movie Jerry Maguire, when he left the company that made him very wealthy, he asked the office, "Who's coming with me?" And he was expecting them to stand up and show support and camaraderie. I don't expect that. I'm not asking for that. I'm not asking anyone to come with me. I'm simply saying, I'm going. I'm moving forward and stepping higher. And if you want to come, I will champion you. And if you don't, I will pray for you. And if you wish me harm, because I have found peace, I will pray for you. Because in doing that, you're only choosing death for yourself, which is sad. The old me will not move on past this cycle. This will be a rebirth into faith. If I face a closed door, I will thank God, and I will choose another one. I will live in color in a world that is clean and bright. A world where having a good day and clear lungs and breathing is the norm. It is the standard, where gratitude paves the path. There is joy in service, and I find no greater service than that of the upliftment, the improvement, and the healing of myself, my family, my child, and the world, as much of it as I touch. And I will never again forsake it for anything. Ever. And those that do, I will pray for you. I will pray that you stop thinking that you need to. And that you heal. And that you find joy. And when you're gone, and people speak your name, they will speak of your light and your love and your kindness. I send support to all of those that have chosen a path of service and feel the heaviness of this time, when it would be easier twofold to go along, to forsake themselves. I understand. And I'm promising you that if you choose to stay strong, to continue, you will be supported. Ah, heaven. Heaven comes to life. I think that's what I meant to say. Comes to life. Heaven on earth. Heaven will bring you back. Will restore you. Everything that you lost will be restored. And now I've gone over the time, so I can't put this on Facebook or Instagram. Oh well. Whoever is meant to see it will see it. I am sending everyone all of my love, my support, my well wishes. And when the question of what criteria are required for you to take a job or a position, I pray that the only criteria is that it supports your well-being, your joy, your life. I wish that for you. I hope that for you and for myself. That is my only criteria. For any position that I take. Does it support my well-being? My being well. The wellness of my being, etc. If the answer is yes, great. If the answer is no, sorry, not this time, not this way, not this path, not this door. I walk with God, therefore I walk in peace. Period. Amen. Once again, sending all of my love. And I'll talk to you soon.